Online learning is a new experience and it comes with some challenges and opportunities. Today I would like to share my top 5 ways of helping and supporting child in online education. So let's get started. Hello everyone, I'm Neetu Chaudhary. Today I will share top 5 ways of supporting child's online education. It's a new experience to everybody. I'm able to correlate with it because when I was studying that time I taught younger students, and after completing my masters I taught engineering students for 4 years. So I had experience with different age groups, and now I'm a parent, so I'm on other side of the table, so I can understand that how it feels as a teacher and how it feels as a parent. So we'll start with the first one. The first way of helping child's online education is segregation of duties. Now, what is the meaning of segregation of duties? Teachers have the responsibility, the role and responsibility and the duty to educate child, to provide them with the tangible knowledge. Parents' responsibility is to provide sanskar. I did some research on the Google and I couldn't find the exact meaning of sanskar in English, but it's closely related to the personal values, ethos. And when I say the personal value, it means compassion, grit, growth mindset, gratitude, honesty, empathy, tolerance, trust, integrity, creativity. So these are the personal values. Now teacher, when they are dealing with 40, 50, 60 students in a class, I will not blame them. They don't have enough time to inculcate these qualities in child. It is responsibility of parents. So it's good to have a clear segregation of duties. Let teacher take care of the tangible education, the knowledge, and let parent focus more on personal values, building a good human being. I remember once my daughter's teacher asked me, she told me in the beginning, she said that she's doing excellent in her studies, and what exactly are you doing with her? And my answer was that we are doing nothing. We are just supporting whatever you are teaching. We are not teaching her anything extra than what. The way you are teaching, the methods you are using, we are using exactly the same way. So let's not interfere in each other's roles and responsibilities. There should be clear segregation of duties. So this is very important. The second point is benefit of doubt. Sometimes it happens that child asks some question on raise hand in the Zoom meeting or whatever tool you're using, and teacher has not heard it and they are not responding. It has happened with us also. And we feel that, purposely teacher is ignoring our child and they are giving importance or focusing on other children. But let them give some benefit of doubt for technology. It happens with us also in our personal meetings. Sometimes we are not able to hear each other. Sometimes since everybody is using those tools, maybe the tool is overloaded or the network speed is down. So in this critical time when everybody is facing a lot of challenges, let's give some benefit of doubt to technology and let's not focus on these small things. Trust me, teachers will not get anything by ignoring some child. In fact, they are under a lot of pressure currently. They are under pressure because of parents are focusing on them, students are focusing on them, administration, the school administration is focusing on them. So they are under more pressure than anybody else currently. So the second thing is benefit of doubt to technology. Third point I would like to emphasize here is help only when it is needed. Now, earlier when the child was in school, we don't see them. When they come in the evening, we only see that okay, they are what they studied. But now 24/7 they are in our focus, in our radar, and we are watching them. So we tend to, being parents, we are so affectionate to them, we tend to go and help them. But they don't need it. So don't help them when they don't need it. When they need it, they will call us. Let them be independent because they are doing it for so many years. So suddenly they don't need our help. If possible, and if you have the facilities available, let them do their online learning in a separate room. Keep the door open and tell them, if you need any help, give us a call. We are here. But we are not listening what you are doing and talking with your teacher or with your friends and all. And most importantly, they are more comfortable. They know their teacher for quite some time. They are more comfortable. They want to talk to their friends more openly, not like always some parents sitting and watching them and how they answer and what they answer. It hinders child's learning actually. The fourth point is we all are humans, so accept it, whether it's a parent, it's teacher, or it's a child. And we all have the freedom to make mistakes, learn from it, and improve it further. So it goes for teachers as well. It's okay if sometimes they write some wrong spelling. It's okay if sometimes they pronounce something incorrectly. Because when we are being watched live, we also are under pressure. So we can understand what they go through. And some of them are qualified in they are very skilled in their field, like the maths teacher or the science teacher or the geography teacher. But they are not expert in English. So they may not speak, or their pronunciation might not be very good. But they are expert in their field. So let's respect their knowledge, their learning, and they are qualified teachers. So let's respect that and give them some freedom to make mistake, like we do have the freedom to make mistake. So please consider that everybody is human and it's okay to make mistakes. Fourth point is, which is very important, criticizing teachers hinders child's education. It's okay, you may not like everything about whatever teacher is doing, that's perfectly fine, but don't criticize teacher in front of your child, because it will hinder their learning. If I don't respect somebody, I'll not learn from that person. So if you don't like something, talk separately, write an email one-to-one to teacher directly and get it resolved, rather than involving child into that or criticizing in front of child, because child will not learn from that teacher and it will finally impact child's learning. So these are the 5 things which I felt and which we are working with our child in online learning, and hope it helps you. I will just do a quick revision of it. The first one we discuss is the segregation of duty. Teacher's responsibility is to provide the tangible education, the knowledge of the subject. Parents' responsibility is to give the personal values, sanskar, inculcate these values, compassion, growth mindset, all these things. The second point we discussed is benefit of doubt to technology. Third, help only when it's needed. If they need help, they can call us anytime. The fourth point we discussed is we all are humans. So teachers also do have flexibility and freedom to make mistake, correct it and learn from it. And the fifth point is criticizing teacher hinders child's education and learning. So don't criticize teacher in front of child at least. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you and your child in online learning. Happy learning.